New York. Yeah, I saw the Kendrick performance. It was cool. It was cool. What strings am I using? These are the Alien DNA Labella strings, the NAM limited edition. What chords are these? I'm just playing them. I don't know. What pedals do you use? Every pedal that Boss makes for bass and guitar. Currently, the one I'm using is the GT1B. Man, my neck is. That's what happens when you fast and the fat goes away. Appreciate it, man. I'm trying, bro. Was trying to figure out the name of E. Name of the chords. Oh man, I'm just playing so many, man. I don't even know. Do you have a favorite jazz standard? Uh, Not really. I mean, I like anything. I recommend Charlie Parker. I used to listen to Charlie Parker a lot. Of course, Coltrane. Of course, Chick Corea. Herbie Hancock, Bill Evans. Let's see. As a beginner bass player who loves the sound of bass chords, which basic colorful chords can I experiment with? I use a 4 string too. Man, honestly, there's so many. Uh, the way I approach chords is not even it's not based around a shape. It's based around just creating from what they sound like. That's how I guess that's how I've always just looked at chord voicing. It's about creating a chord based on what it sounds like to you in the moment. Like for example, the progression I was just doing. I don't really remember it fully, but the reason why I was playing it is just because that's what was coming to my mind at the moment right now. So um, for example, if I were to play this chord, Chile, what's going on? A chord like this, this is what's happening. What's happening? My only reasoning for playing this chord right now at this moment is solely because this is the chord I hear at this moment, And then where would I go from here? Well, so let me see. That's what I hear, Thanks, man. I love Buc-ee's. They got everything you need. I have no knowledge of music theory, so with the bass chords, it's all about the feeling and pattern of music. Yeah, I taught myself things about theory years later, but to start, it was just about hearing, using your ear to hear and then going from there, basically, you know what I mean? But there's a lot I could say about chord voicings, honestly. It would take quite a bit of an explanation, but Flapjack, where you from, man? If you ever want to book a bass lesson, just head to my website and we can do one. I get the question of chords often, honestly, and although it may seem like it's difficult, to think of chords, it's actually way easier than what we imagine. It just depends on how we look at it. South Africa, that's what's up, man. Yeah. Yeah, I've been to South Africa a couple times. Durban, Joburg. See how that it's like creating a melody with a chord. You see what I mean? Cape Town. Cape Town Jazz Festival. I haven't been asked to come, but it would be nice to. It's been a minute since I've been down that way. At least, when was the last time I was there? Maybe 8 years ago, maybe. Yeah, 8 or so years ago was the last time I was there. Yeah. I should be asleep right now. It's 2:36, but I was really I had a long day yesterday and I was gonna stream a little bit earlier around like midnight, but I ended up dozing off. And then I woke up. My wife woke me up actually, which I'm glad she did. I saw something about modes. How do you use the modes and solos? Truth is, I don't think about modes at all when I solo. I never have. I've never thought about modes or scales when I solo. I just think about soloing. I just think about notes. So the booklet on chords can be purchased on the website. I don't have a book on chords. I I demonstrate them, or ways to create them just based off of hearing. Everything for me is about hearing it. What even are modes? Modes is think scales basically. Um, to sum it up, a mode is just the way the scale changes depending on the position where you started in. You and it just keeps going, and then you end up back at your main, Dorian, and it sounds like medicines, Aeolian and Phrygian and Mixolydian and yeah, Ionian and iodine, and that's what modes are though. Basically, it just depends on your first position, your second position, third position, fourth. What's up, Dave? That's what the modes is. But for me, I don't think about modes uh, when I play. I don't think, if somebody plays this chord for me, I don't think to myself, okay, I'll start on my third. I don't think to myself, I'm going to start on my third position to come up with a line. I just think to myself, what's the first note that I hear, or what's the melody that I hear? What's your top three favorite tunes to play? That's a really hard question, man. It's a couple. I honestly can't even narrow it down to three because there's a million gospel songs that I love to play. Most of them are hymns. There's a lot of city pop, anime songs that I like to play. A lot of R&B stuff. It's a long list. I can't narrow it down to three, but I'll throw a couple curveballs at you. Eternal Wind, Nobu Uematsu, Final Fantasy 3. If you just type in Eternal Wind, it's a great game. Final Fantasy 3 is a great game, but that's a great composition. Regarding your fasting, where do you get the willpower to do it? I tried your challenge. I'm still successful with 15 minutes of base every day, but I fail fasting on one day. It's all right. It's okay, man. It's all right. You just try again. What it is the goal just has to matter more than the craving for food. Right now, hold on one second. Do you have any new songs for us this year? Yes. Actually, I'm submitting some. Once I get done with this stream, I'm actually submitting some to be released. But here's the thing about the fasting. The desire to reach the goal has to matter more than how bad you want food. I have a bag full of jars of peanut butter sitting right next to me in the kitchen, and I want to open up that peanut butter so bad. I really do. I mean, I really do. But I'm gonna wait. My cheat day is in what? It's Tuesday here. My cheat day is in 2 days. I can wait. It's like it'll be worth it. It'll be worth it. How often do you change your bass strings? It depends. The strings I had on this bass before NAMM show, I had on since I got the bass, which was in July. Yeah, in July, and then I switched them out. Then when I got to NAMM show, I put a different set on here. Do you release on DistroKid or from a record label? From a record label. The new record will be released through Alpha Pup /Universal /Virgin Records. Yeah, so everything is gonna Prince of Egypt. Which hymns are your favorite? Blessed Quietness, When I See Jesus, 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 Precious Jesus, No Other Name. When I think of the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me, my soul cries out, hallelujah. I praise God for saving me. I got a lot of favorite hymns. It's literally a long list. When I think of the goodness of Jesus and all he's done for me, that one. Um, you can't tell me God won't make a way for me. It's a long list of hymns, just basically a bunch of stuff I grew up on that my father used to sing, my brother used to sing, people at our church. But yeah, blessed quietness. I will bless thee, O Lord. What's that other one that Elder Watts used to sing? Blessed Assurance. Yeah, that one is amazing too. Like a, what is it? Like a ship without a sail. I can't remember that one. It's so many hymns that I love though. So many hymns. Let's see here. Boom. What was the game changer in your bass journey? Game changer in my bass journey was when I came across. Originally, the credit would go to Tom Kennedy. Tom Kennedy is who inspired me to even want to play the bass. Listening to Dave Wecko's Synergy album. Next to that, it would be when I came across John Patitucci. And next to that, it would be when I came across Frank Gambale and Alan Holdsworth. Those were the ones. And then when I started paying more attention to film score stuff, film composers, John Williams, Hans Zimmer, Danny Elfman, etc., Alan Silvestri. When I started listening more to film scores, all of these things had a massive, massive impact for me. Oh, these chords are nice. Do you have a bass practice book? Made in Bubby Lewis? No, I don't. I'm very sorry about that. I don't have a practice book because most of what I practice is just all from here. It doesn't come from a place of academic. It's here and it's here. I guess don't mean to be Disney, but these are the places that it comes from. Simple chord changes. You know what I mean? I could play over these all day. Can y'all hear those? Can you hear the chords? Simple. It would make a wonderful R&B song, right? Do you play slap? When I have to, but not often. It's not a part of my playing style. Not unless I have to. You know. What's your impression of the new? Oh, the new Legacy amp is crazy. Oh man, it's amazing. Absolutely incredible. I played it before NAMM, before NAMM, before it was debuted, and it's going crazy, man. I love it. I absolutely love it. I can't wait to get that new big dog, man. That 2000, what is it, 2001 joint. That mug is, man, it's crazy. I actually got some videos coming out soon. I played a couple of MTDs through it on the last day of NAMM show. So yeah, these chords are cool, man. Y'all hear that? Simple. What's your favorite anime? One Piece. One Piece, hands down. One Piece, hands down. Let's see. Let's see. Nice chords. These are nice chords, man. Let's see. It would be great for us, and I think for many other bass players to have something where you explain your approach on each bass, techniques, chords, so on. Well, I mean, I typically do explain my approach, but see, my approach is not the same every time. So that's the reason why it's difficult for me watching Dressor Arc. Oh yeah, that's great. Dressor Arc is really good. Doflamingo, man. But my approach to bass, uh, take soloing for example, it's not just based on one aspect. For example, like let me start on this scale always. Let me start on this mode always. It always changes for me. It all depends on how I feel in that moment. Since I've been doing these bass challenges, every time if I use a looper or whatever I do, it's always different. You know what I mean? And I don't choose based on, a set. This is what it has to be today. I just choose based on what it feels like to me on that particular day. You know, um, These chords, for example, it was very, very simple, mellow, right? Do you exclusively use tape wounds on all your basses? Most of my basses. Most of my basses do have the nylon tape, but I have at least one bass over here right now that has regular steel strings on it. And then my other Saratoga actually is sitting over there. There's no strings on it, but I'll probably put some flats, some old school James Jamerson flats on there. But yeah, it's always different for me when it comes to how I approach chords, how I approach soloing. Everything for me is just based on the moment. It's based on imagination. It's based on what I feel right now, what I hear right now. And every day we feel different, you know. Have you tried the copper whites? I've tried every string that LaBella makes, even the ones that are not sold to the public. Yes, I've tried the copper whites. How many bases should I have? As many as you want. I don't think there's a such thing as too many bases or too little bases. If you're satisfied with one base, good. If you want 20 bases, good. If you want 50, good. You know, how many do I want? Unlimited. Unlimited. I got 16 I think now, but that's nothing compared to some of the buddies I have. I mean, Goucher has like 30. Somebody like Bobby Vega probably has 50. Anthony Jackson has a lot. Dennis Chambers has more bases than most bass players. Most people don't know that. Yes, Dennis Chambers, the legendary, incredible, amazing drummer, has a lot of bases. You are looking good, bro. I appreciate it, man. Trying to lean out. I've been on my fasting game, you know what I'm saying? Been on my fasting game, man, trying to stay in it. Do they all serve different purposes? Yeah, it's different characters that each of them have. You know, all of my bases have a different tone, different personality, and I'm not the type of person where it's just one set, tone that I like. I like it all, man. I like it all. We never satisfied with an instrument. Yeah, man. I mean, I got a couple of bases still in the works right now being made. Do you live in Japan now? Yes, I do. If so, how is life as a Christian in Japan? It's cool. You know, I'm a be believing in Jesus no matter where I am. I don't care what country I'm in. Jesus is coming with me for sure, for sure. How do you decide what bass you use for a certain song or even a tour? I usually decide what bass I'm going to use depending on what I haven't used in a while. Since I was on tour just a couple of months back, finishing up the tour with Janae, I took this bass because it's my most recent one, and I had my red Super 5 bass because I hadn't took that on the road in a while. But earlier in the tour, I was using what did I have? At one point I had my 7-string. At one point I had my headless, and then my whammy bar bass. You know, it always switches up. It just depends. Do you feel like the health journey been on has helped you in music? Sure, discipline, and I'm being smaller now than what I was when back in 2008 and stuff, when I was 300 and some pounds. Yeah, it's a lot easier to play now than it was back then for sure. uh you know but I enjoy the health thing now because I just like having to work for something as much as, I got, like, y'all don't even understand. My refrigerator is full of chocolate right now. I'm prepping for cheat day. What is your base recommendation for a rookie? A Kingston MTD. Kingston MTD for sure. Check out the new Norm Stockton Kingston MTD. Also the Super Kingston Supermodel. But yeah, been on a diet and just watching what I eat and stuff like that has definitely helped me musically. And it's a discipline thing, as much as I want to go eat the white chocolate that's in my fridge right now. And you know it's out here in Japan. We got this spot called Mr. Donut, which is amazing. uh Answering your question in just a minute, in just a sec here on YouTube. One sec. But it feels good to tell myself that I can't have something until I earn it. You know what I mean? Best Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movie out of the original three. I'm gonna say either the first or the second one. Yeah, first or second one. Do you play in church? If yes, how do you balance ministering in church with the touring gigging? I don't play in church anymore since I'm in Japan because there's no churches out here like that. But back when I was living in LA, I loved to play as often as possible. Um, Honestly, me playing in church is what helped me to be able to even go on the road, because those people need to hear the gospel too. And it's like I learned early on that there was a responsibility for me, more to it than just being able to play the bass and tour the world and stuff like that. It was more so about just, could I bring some light to other people that may not hear it as often, and that's kind of, it's like a great power. With great power comes great responsibility type of situation. That's what I learned when I started traveling. But churches, I mean, I think about it, I talk about it every day. That's my whole upbringing. You know what I mean? Let's see here. I remember you saying that you gain your speed by playing shout music. Yeah, yep. And we did that in church every Sunday, and I didn't realize the benefit until some months later. That, man, this has helped me to get faster. What made you move to Japan? You moved the whole family too. Yep, I've been here now. It'll be 3 years in May. What made me move here has just been a desire of mine since I was a kid. But when me and my wife came for the first time in 2012, this is before my oldest daughter was born. I knew that I would love it, and my wife fell in love with it, and she's the one that actually called it in 2020 during the pandemic. She was like, we should move to Japan. And that's what did it, really. And my oldest daughter loves it. The baby daughter, she was born here, So Japan is cool, man. It's a different type of place, but we love it. Let's see here. What's going on? What's happening? You ever thought about to partner with Musora? I'm not sure who that is. You got to let me know who Musora. I'm not sure who that is. When did you get your first MTD? how long to save up for it? It's my dream to own an MTD, but it seems like I'll never be able to afford spending $6,000 on a base. Of course you can. Of course you can. I got my first MTD in 2004, and I reached out to Mike Tobias in 2003, and he said it'll be ready next year. And he was saying that he could probably finish it by Summer NAMM, and he did. And I drove down there. That was my first time driving. That was my first time driving in the rain and stuff like that with my dad. My father was very sick with cancer, but we drove all the way down to Nashville, and I was able to pick up my bass, man, and it changed my life. You definitely can. You can get one. You know, the thing you got to look at is it's a wonderful investment, and this is the way I see it. I got a lot of homies that they'll spend $6,000 on buying marijuana in 2 or 3 months. You can get an MTD base. Teacher classes, connection lost. I teach bass lessons. At what point of bass's career should they think about getting a bass like an MTD? As soon as you want. Right away. If you want it, it's all about the investment. If you want it, Listen to you over the years definitely opened my ears to hearing different textures and melodies and so on. I appreciate it, man. It's all imagination, man. It's all imagination, but this loop it's a real subtle loop. I think it represents how I feel at the moment. It took me a little nap. I wasn't feeling the best. I wasn't feeling the best before I was streaming, so I took a nap, and I woke up and I feel a lot better. So now I feel like really at ease right now, and I think these chords represent that. You see what I mean, y'all? I say these chords represent that. Everything for me is based around the moment. These chords literally sound like right now for me. That's all it is. Those chords are nice. How about the bugs out there? Oh, you mean the Hornets? Well, thankfully, I haven't had no issues with them, and I pray the Lord I never do. I have a bass mods, but I would like to own a MTD. Does he do custom designs? I mean, pretty much all of my basses, all of them are custom. All of my MTD basses are custom designed. So this one, this is all custom. Everything. Yeah, that's what MTD is. They're custom, hand built. Where am I from originally? Flint, Michigan. Originally. After I graduated high school, I moved to LA, and then years later, me and my family packed up and we moved to Japan. So I'm in Tokyo now. Thanks for being such an inspiration as a bassist and a human being. I really appreciate how upfront you are about your love for Jesus. 100%, man. Keep up the good work, brother. God bless you too, man. Yeah, but I appreciate y'all joining me. All right, you're next. All 20 millimeter. Nope, just I got my first signature bass and my second signature bass are 20 millimeter. but my white one is standard. This one is standard. My headless signature is standard. All the other ones are standard. So I actually plan on getting a 4-string that's 20 millimeter. I want to do that. How long does it take for basses to be built after order? It depends. It depends on the supply. You know, if see, the thing about Dan and Mike, they don't just pick any old type of wood. You know, they're very particular with the quality, and they're particular with the age of woods and stuff like that. So to them, it's really it's an important factor in building a bass instead of just building one to make some money. That's the reason why I love MTD so much. They care more about the craftsmanship, you know, and the quality of what they're giving people. So it can take anywhere from, you know, depending on the what they have in stock wood wise and what you want. I'd imagine maybe anywhere from 7 to 9 months to a year to 2 years. It just depends, you know. But if you want a bass, all you gotta do is just hit them up. Thanks for being down to earth, because so many guys really don't allow people in their space. Yeah, I'm a country boy, man. I'm a country boy. Shedding to loops like this helps expand my musical vocabulary. Me too. What's going on? What's going on? 4-string, 20 millimeter is crazy. Yeah, it would be. It'd be nice. These chords are nice, man. And what I usually like to do, I'll bring this up here and just give myself this space to practice in. You know what I mean? I'm on the bit where Luffy and Law finally reached Doflamingo. Oh yeah, it gets crazy. What's happening? What's happening? Are you mostly playing modes? Nope. Nope. As I said earlier in the video, I appreciate you for joining, by the way, but as I stated earlier in the video, and as I say all the time, I don't think about modes. I don't think about scales when I play. I just think about melody. I just think about notes the same way a singer would, and I just play. And whatever comes out is what comes out. That's the way I approach music, and that's the way that that method and that philosophy is what's fulfilling to me. You know? Yeah. So. That's just melody. What I just did just now, that's all melody. You know, a lot of times I do my best to not look at the bass so much. I just try and feel where the notes are and feel whatever the melody is. I try and do that very often. And the result is usually a good result. I mean, I'll feel good about it. Am I always 100% accurate? No. But I don't get concerned with making a mistake, because to me there is no mistake. You know, if I started with this note, that doesn't have anything to do with this chord progression, but there you go, right there. I just threw that note and a bunch of other notes in there. It's about taking notes and just making an idea out of it, to me. So in that sense, no, I'm not thinking about the modes. Are they in there? Sure, absolutely, they're in there, but that's not my go-to when I begin to play. Everything for me is about color and, you know, how notes, I know this is going to sound crazy to people, but how the notes taste and how they smell and how they look, how the music looks to me. And that's what I use as my inspiration. I go back and watch the video from Nam years ago with you and Damo. Your approach is very unique. Oh man, I haven't even seen that video in forever. But yeah, it's all imagination, man. It's everything is imagination. But listen, I appreciate y'all joining me, man. This was fun. I got a few more days until my cheat day. A few more days of shedding. And I'm gonna keep this up. I'm gonna keep streaming, and make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube if you haven't already. For those of you that are watching on YouTube right now, I appreciate you. Coming in and checking with me. I got a lot of messages tonight. I appreciate y'all for engaging with me and stuff like that. Any technique for strength on the fretboard? Repetition, honestly. Anything that you practice, just doing it for long periods of time, repeatedly, is gonna definitely strengthen your hand. You could play a song, your favorite song, but play it for 2 hours. That's gonna strengthen your hand. That's the type of stuff that I did, But yeah, I appreciate y'all joining me, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to my YouTube. As I've been saying, I'm home now for a little bit. Next week, I gotta get back to work. I gotta do a TV show. It's gonna be a long day. Sound check is at 10 a.m. and we don't do the taping until 7 p.m. So I'll be there all day. I'm looking forward to it though. But if anybody wants to book a bass lesson, all you do is just head to my website, bubbylewis.com. If anybody wants some bass recorded on their record, your project or whatever, same thing. Just go to bubbylewis.com or shoot me a DM and we can talk about it there. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for joining me. I'll play a couple more minutes and then I'm gonna get out of here. It's just expression, man. I went all kind of different places on that. I don't even remember what happened or what I did, but that's the point. It's like, you start with an idea, let me build from that, and let me go to another idea. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I appreciate y'all for joining. I'll see y'all tomorrow, man. Y'all are more than welcome to always come ask whatever questions you want. I love answering questions. I love doing one-on-one bass lessons with people, answering questions, personal questions, whatever it might be. I'm always looking forward to doing stuff like that. So thank you all for joining, and I'll see y'all on the flip side. See you tomorrow. All right, y'all. YouTube. Appreciate y'all.